Sampalue, welcome to the Beat London, the Vocal Voice Show. How are you doing, my brother?
Well, good and great, man. Welcome to London, you know what I mean? Straight out of Jamaica. We keep it bring the sunshine, but you don't know what going on. This is so cold that come back again, you know?
It's like you bring the sunshine and the sunshine around back to Jamaica.
Yeah, we bring the sunshine. I guess it was when it was needed, you know what I mean? Yeah, but you don't know. London, as you know it.
Yeah.
Sunshine in the day and you need cold and evening, you know?
You know how to think of it.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
For real, 100%. And before we go any further, I have to say, enough respect and manners, much appreciated for visiting us around here at the Beat London 103.6 FM on the Vocal Void Show. Well appreciated, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know what, yeah, listeners, you don't know, but this has been a long time coming. It nearly happened before, but yeah, due to certain things, I think I wasn't feeling well. And you was due to go back to Jamaica the last time you came. So we just cancelled it then because I didn't want you going home feeling sick and saying...
Yes, you don't never do it before the time.
You see? Yeah.
This is the right time.
Man. A big shout reaching out to all those on the FM band, on the DAB, and also on the TuneIn app. Gotta say big massive shouts reaching out to Bomac, big up yourself, my general. Up. And is it Bucky Ranks?
Yeah.
Bucky Ranks, big up yourself as well. Big up. And we can't forget Eru D, okay? Alright, cool. So, Sampalue, for those who don't know, alright, in short, who is Sampalue?
Why? You need about 5 days to tell you that.
No, that's alright. If 5 days is a short version, we have that.
Well, Sampalue born and grown in Anatown, the son of Phil Pratt, one of Jamaica East record producers, you know?
Yeah.
Went to Woolham was one of the best high school in Jamaica, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a whole thing from there. We started the music in 1989.
Yeah.
We started keeping stage shows. But in 1990, we actually took a step further. Went into the studio and we started producing some songs, you know?
Yeah. So we're going to cover everything, but yeah, this is just the overall version before we dive deep into, like, from a young Sampalue right the way up till now, you see? All right. So, you say you grew up in, where was it? Hannahtown, yeah?
Yes, Kingston.
Okay. So what would you say, what musical influence that had on you at a young age?
Well, if we're talking about an artist, it was Dennis Brown. You know what I mean? Dennis Brown was my musical inspiration, you know?
Okay.
And so even now, we still have some songs like Dennis Brown. We still write some songs like Dennis Brown.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I did produce an album with Dennis Brown.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man, when we write and produce most of the songs. So, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Dennis Brown,
man. So from a young Sampalue, it was like Dennis Brown. That's the influence that you had.
Yeah, Dennis Brown, the sweetest singer. You know what I mean? When we understood to music, man, and them man, the man sounds sweet like all that shit by the voice. You know?
For real.
Yeah.
So since a young age, you knew that you wanted to be in the musical industry of some sort.
Well, I can't say yes to that because I grew up. Like I said, my father, Phil Pratt, has been one of the ace producers in Jamaica, like songs like My Heart Is God's Strange Thing.
Yeah.
Archie will talk about love, what about the heart? So great songs. So, you know, it was that influence still, but in terms of singing, it was always Dennis Brown, that voice. You know?
Yeah. That's the voice you couldn't run away from.
Yeah, that's really the voice, man.
So check this now, yeah. As a young Sampalue, did you start singing from a young age?
Long time, man. Listen.
Okay, all right.
Now, I write some song from me, a little bit, man. A long time you do this, you can say start. So, you know, a long time, man. A long time from your youth, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And music was part of a keep it together, you know, as youth, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So, at that time, too, it was a positive side of the music, too. Because you don't have so much auditory music like what we have now. You know what I mean?
Virgin.
And so it was nice then,
Yeah.
you know, growing up listening to the music.
Okay, and did you at a young age? Did you sing like like round your area, or did you enter any talent shows as because we're coming from a young Sampaloo, you know, before we come up to the time?
No, but everybody know we used to sing monks from Britain, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I go out so we could sing, and you know what I said, boy, if I get help from me.
Yeah. Because I was doing my research, right, and I was thinking, all right, then you did this and you did this, but what I was trying to gather is where did the singing enter the scene? You get me? But it's all right because we know, like, as in talking to you now, I know that from time you was always a singer, but you just chose different paths in the music.
Well, not really as a singer, but I just wanted to sing.
Oh, wanted to?
Yeah, because we started with producing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You took a different path first.
Definitely.
All right, cool. Okay, so being the son of George Phil Pratt Phillips, all right, who was also known within the musical industry, what was his role, and what was your most memorable moment as a young child of like your father musically?
Well, musically, what I understand with my father was more a producer than any singer. You know what I mean? And so I remember there was a shop called Sunshot Records.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah.
By Pitchon Street, that was a market. You know, right beside the market where everybody that come and buy them goods and go back to country.
Yeah.
And so there was a record store, which was my dad record store. That was my first experience.
Okay.
Going into a record store and started visiting with the turntable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We started learning how to play the songs on the turntable, you know.
So I know you're 21 every year, yeah, but how old would you say you was at that point? Was you like a teenager or still like a young?
Yeah, man, I am turned teenager. Man, them time I'm start high school.
Oh wow.
I was probably about 10, 10, 11.
Yeah.
As I started high school when I was 12.
So you used to be at your dad's record shop, right? And then did you used to help him sell the songs, or you was just behind there messing about with the turntables?
No, man, by setting out my responsibility that to want to sell some songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so
man.
from a long time still, so actually, music chose you then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Because you was literally born into it.
Definitely.
Okay, and would you say, are there any other of your family members that are in the musical industry or has been in the musical industry?
No, not that I can remember. But Al Campbell was the first. Al Campbell was the first entertainer I knew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because he was actually running that store, that record store.
Al Campbell?
Yeah, Al Campbell, you know what I mean?
Hey, people, are you hearing some history right now?
Al Campbell was the first artist that I knew, like, physically.
Yeah.
That said, this is an artist.
Wow, and he was running the record store with your dad?
Yeah, man, Al Campbell was responsible for running the record store. If make sure say, all right.
Yeah.
Make sure say we get some turning a whole pants then.
Yeah.
And so every time we change. He was responsible for everyone.
Yeah.
Definitely, man, Al Campbell, man. So, think of yourself, Al, man.
Yeah, so he was an artist and a shop owner as well.
He wasn't a shop owner, but he was actually running the shop.
Okay, on behalf of your dad.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, and for those who don't know, all right, because I never knew your father per se, but I knew about his shop, which was in which is in Housden, and that was the famous Scandals. Everybody knew about that shop there, that food shop there.
That was the best food, man.
Trust me. Because around that time, I wasn't from Northwest London. I'm from East London originally.
Okay.
But at that time, I was working in and around West and Northwest London. Everybody, even I experienced some food from the shop as well. And the people who I was moving with at that time, big shouts reaching out to Digical, hold tight DJP. Like, Digical used to regularly go check the shop, and he always used to talk about your dad, you know what I'm saying, and thing. But myself, I never personally knew him. You know what I mean? So for those who don't know, if you're in and around the Housden area or the Northwest area and used to visit Scandals, yes, Mr. Phil Pratt was Sampalue's father. Hey, listen.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right then, as we take it up a notch now, right? As a teenager on the musical scene, were you still like inside your dad's record shop, or was you like branching out into the producing, or what was?
No, because I didn't start producing until 1989. That was after I left school.
Okay.
I left Fulham in 83.
Okay.
We dip on the road, do the road, and
Yeah.
then 89 we decided so we want to start
Yeah.
producing some stuff. But we started out doing stage show, like I said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, all right then, it's in doing like stage shows, because you did the stage shows before you went into producing, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
So, was it just like local artists, or is there some name brand artists that we know today?
No, man, I don't know kind of something, really something like that. This is you have all of the great stuff, man. The Ken Boot, let's name them, man. Everybody,
wow.
the Greg Isaac, when we have to show them something, man.
Okay.
Real production, man. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Admiral Tibet, all of them.
Yeah, all of the big artists from that time, there.
Yeah, because what we did is say it was the first stage show and it was dubbed Reggae My Lightis. That was the name of it.
Reggae My Light.
Yeah, that was the name of it. Reggae My Lightis.
My Lightis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we went back for some of the greats. You know what I mean? Half Point was there. What about good artists, you know?
So is in putting on that show, yeah? I'm assuming it was a success.
Yeah, man, it was.
So how did that make you feel as an actual promoter of that? And was it your actual idea, or was it you and a few people that come together and said, all right, then boom, let's do this?
No, me alone.
You alone?
By myself, yeah.
What? So how did that make you feel then?
Well, I mean, you get the feeling of something that is happening.
Yeah.
If you take this serious, just like I really wanted to do the studio, really and truly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a different experience for me.
Yeah.
I did a lot of shows. I did shows in America, we did shows in England too.
Okay.
Yeah, but when Ghost them come here at the time, it was Ghost and Major Muckle and some other people. We brought them ladies side.
Yeah.
I was actually managing and producing ladies at the time.
So we're gonna reach that part there in a second, because because when I was reading the thing, like when I was doing my research, I was reading your EPK, and I was there and I'm writing my questions. I'd read the EPK before.